If you have a new website, or if you're getting started with SEO, you might have a question any beginner would have. What do I do first? You know that there is a lot of work to be done, but where to begin? Even if you're already skilled in SEO or making websites, it may be difficult to keep up with all the settings you need to get right. To help you start with SEO the right way, Yoast SEO features a configuration wizard. In a few short steps, it covers the SEO basics your site needs. So, let's explore those steps, shall we? First things first, where do you find the configuration wizard? Well, once you've installed Yoast SEO, you can access the configuration wizard in two ways. They both have the same results, so pick the one that works for you. First, you can access the wizard by hovering over the Yoast icon in the toolbar. That will trigger this menu with the configuration wizard menu item. You can also go to the SEO menu item in the admin menu. Then click General, and here in the Dashboard tab, you find the link to the configuration wizard. Click on the link and the wizard will open. It's good to know that the wizard remains available all the time, so if you want to change something, you can do that, even after you've entered all the data the first time. Now, let's see what's in there. Once I'm in, I immediately see the first step. This step requires me to fill in whether my site is under construction, option B, or whether it is already live and running, option A. This is an important question to answer. If your site is still under construction, you are not ready to show it to the public. So, if this situation applies to you, select the second radio button. Then the plugin will make sure that search engines don't index the site, and therefore prevent it from showing up in the search results. Now, then click Next. In the second step, you need to fill in the type of site you have. And especially if you're just starting, this step can help you reflect. Think about your mission, your vision, and what you want to offer. That can help you focus your efforts and create valuable content. Your answer can also help us understand our users better and develop great new features. So just choose the option that applies to you and go to the next step. In step 3, we ask you to tell us whether the site represents an organization or a person. With that information, we can produce the correct metadata that Google can use to display your result in the knowledge panel. Okay, pause. Knowledge panel? Metadata? What? Let me show you what a knowledge panel is first. Let's search for Yoast in Google. See this box on the right? That's the knowledge panel. It contains images, links, crucial information about the company, and some social profiles. Google can produce this knowledge panel if it has enough metadata about your site. So, let's go back to our wizard. If I choose organization here, I can add the name of the company, an image, and links to social profiles. The plugin will use this in the background, in the code, to communicate the metadata to Google. If, on the other hand, you have a personal website, click the Other button, and then you can just select the right user here. The plugin will pick up the rest of the information from the WordPress user profile. Let's quickly go there. Click Users in the admin menu and then click the user that represents the site. So in my case, that's Josie. Hi Josie. Let's scroll down a bit to name and contact info. Here you can fill in the necessary information, like names and social profiles. Now, let's go back to Google to see what a knowledge panel for a person could look like. I'll click on Joost de Valk here in the Yoast knowledge panel. And you see, Joost himself also has a knowledge panel that stands out in the search results and grabs the attention. So it's a pretty nice thing to have. It is worth mentioning that Google does not automatically give you a knowledge panel just for having the right metadata. The sites that get one are trusted, high traffic, and high ranking sites. So you will need to do your work and make a technically great site filled with excellent content. Which brings us to the next step. Search engine visibility. If you're still working on your site, you can choose to hide your posts and pages from the search results. Otherwise, we recommend that you let search engines index and show them in their results. If you want to hide individual posts and pages, you can do that in the Advanced tab in the Yoast SEO meta box. Let's quickly go there, click a post, and then scroll down to the meta box. Click the Advanced tab, and here you can change the default yes into no if you don't want to show this particular post in the search results. Okay, back to the wizard. Step 5 is about the authors on your site. We want to know whether your site has multiple authors. The reason has to do with author archives. WordPress creates archive pages for authors. If you are the only author, so if you write all the content on your blog yourself, your blog page will show the exact same collection of posts as your author archive page. Is that a problem? Yes, that's a problem. Because then Google may think that you have duplicate content and will not know which page to rank. This option will prevent that. Click No if your site has only one author. Step 6 is about branding. It may seem a minor thing, but the title of your page is the first thing people see in search results. Let's take a look. I will search for Yoast Configuration Wizard in Google. What do we have here? This is the SEO title of the page. It contains the post title, a separator, and the site name. In our case, we have a dot for a separator and Yoast as the site name. It's all neatly presented here. And you know where this text comes from. It comes from Yoast, and the title tells you what it is about. If I scroll a bit down, I see other results that either don't have the site name or are too long, and the site name is cut off. That's not something you want when it comes to branding. And that's why we want to give you the possibility to take control of it. So in this step, you can insert the site name that you want to display in search results and choose the separator. In step 7, you can fill in your email address and sign up for our newsletter. You might already know, or you will soon learn, that SEO is a very dynamic field. It always changes and evolves. Signing up for our newsletter is a nice way to stay in touch with the latest developments in SEO. That can really help you make your site better. If you want to put some serious effort into your SEO, consider our online courses. This keyword research course, for example, is included in our premium training subscription. Or take a look at the other plugins we offer, like our local SEO plugin. It might be just the thing your site needs. And the final step is a moment to celebrate your first SEO accomplishment. With the information you gave, we can configure the settings on your site to fit your needs. However, the configuration wizard and the settings you adjust here are just a start. From here on, it will be up to you to produce great content and make sure the technical side of your site is excellent. One more thing. Yoast SEO can help you along the way in many ways. To learn how to get the best out of it, you can follow our free course. It's available if you click on this link here. All you need for it is a My Yoast account. And you're all set.